2K Sports Studios. I'm Greg Gumbel with Clark Kellogg. We're here with the 2K Sports NCAA Selection Show. We're all set to show you the seedings and pairings, so get out your bracket sheet, get those pencils ready. Here are the basics. Of the 65 available tournament bids, 31 are automatically given to conference champions. The tournament committee hands out the remaining 34 bids on an at-large basis. An opening round game will take place on Tuesday night to narrow the field to 64 teams. Before we get into the brackets for the upcoming tournament, let's take a look at the final top 25 media poll. There's one big change you'll notice in the ranking. We have a new team in the top 25 this week, the Michigan Wolverines, break into the poll as the number 24 team. Poll voters have had their say in the national ranking since November. The time has come to hand over the reins to the selection committee. It's time to talk about the topic that has a lot of players and coaches holding their breath right now, the NCAA tournament bubble. These are the 10 teams that aren't worried as much about where they'll be playing as if they'll be playing. Clark, who jumps out at you there?
Utah impressed me this year, but there were occasions when they seemed to lose focus for a game or two at a time, and those setbacks could be what keeps them out of the tournament.
And we have a few more teams in similar position, right, Clark?
Temple should be considered among the best of the major conference teams not holding an automatic bid, but there are plenty of non-power conference teams knocking on the door that may prevent them from getting an invitation.
I'm sure it's been a long week for those teams, but the wait's almost over. The NCAA Selection Committee has finished its meeting, and we're ready to unveil the top 4 seeds in this year's tournament. The Syracuse Orange are the top overall seed, and they will play in the East Regional. On to the second number 1 seed, who will play in the South Regional. The California Golden Bears are seeking their second NCAA championship in school history. The Arizona Wildcats are our third number 1 seed, and they'll play in the Midwest Regional. They're back in the tournament again, and no doubt they'll be feeding off the experience of last year's appearance as they try to get to the Final Four this year. And finally, our fourth number 1 seed will play in the West Regional. The Florida Gators are in the tournament field as a number 1 seed for the second time in the history of their program. Now, here's how the brackets shape up based on where the number 1 seeds have been assigned. In one national semifinal game, the winner of the East Regional will play the winner of the South Regional. In the other semifinal game, the winner of the Midwest Regional will play the winner of the West Regional. Those games will be played on Saturday, April 5th. Then it'll be on to the national championship game on Monday night, April 7th. Anything shocking to you about those picks?
Well, when you see the selection committee deviate from the top 4 teams in the media poll, it's a little surprising. They've opened themselves up to some criticism with these picks.
So, with the number 1 seeds out of the way, it's finally time to tackle the rest of the brackets. First up, we take a look at the East Regional. The Syracuse Orange are the top seed, finishing at 27-6. They were conference tournament champions in the Big East. They will take on the winner of the opening round play-in game between Texas A&M Corpus Christi with 14 wins and Gardner-Webb from the Atlantic Sun Conference. And now, the number 8 seed, the Washington Huskies, come into the tournament 5th in their conference during the regular season and were semifinalists in their conference tournament. They're going to play the number 9 seed, the Canisius Golden Griffins, who were semifinalists in their conference tournament, finishing at 24-8. Michigan State comes in as the number 5 seed, finishing at 24-8. And they will take on the 12th seed from the Mountain West Conference, the Brigham Young Cougars, with 23 wins. Connecticut enters the field as the number 4 seed from the Big East. It's yet another appearance in the brackets for a school that's no stranger to the NCAA tournament. They'll be getting ready to face the number 13 seed, the Utah State Aggies. Finished the season with 19 wins.
The Connecticut Huskies are a team that is just so powerful and strong up front. I would put their front court up against just about any other teams in the nation right now. It's always good to have strong guard play, but if you ask most coaches, I guarantee you they take the good big man over the good little man most times. Their interior play should serve them very well in this competition.
The Illinois Fighting Illini are in as the number 6 seed. They'll be taking on the number 11 seed, the Rider Broncs, with 22 wins. Louisville comes in as the number 3 seed, finishing at 25-6. Brown comes in to face them at number 14 with 16 wins in the regular season championship of the Ivy League. Our number 7 seed is from the ACC. The Miami Hurricanes were rewarded for their outstanding play this season with an at-large bid and a ticket to the Big Dance. They are going to play the number 10 seed, the UNLV Runnin' Rebels, who were second in their conference, finishing at 21-10. Next up is the number 2 seed. The Louisiana Lafayette Ragin' Cajuns are the conference tournament and regular season champions from the Sun Belt Conference. They'll be going up against the number 15 seed, the Sacred Heart Pioneers, with 21 wins. This will be their second appearance in the NCAA tournament in school history. I think this could wind up being the bracket that brings us this year's Cinderella story. A few of the higher seeds here have had terrific seasons, and I'll be surprised if at least one of them doesn't put together a long run in this tournament. Next up, we'll take a look at the South Regional. The California Golden Bears are the top seed, finishing at 28-5. They finished second in the Pac-10. They'll take on the Jackson State Tigers, the number 16 ranked team. This is their 6th appearance ever in the NCAA tournament. Vanderbilt comes in as the number 8 seed, finishing at 24-9. Kansas comes in to face them at number 9 with 20 wins and the regular season championship of the Big 12. USC enters the field as the number 5 seed from the Pac-10. This marks their 19th appearance in the NCAA tournament in the history of their school. They'll be getting ready to face the number 12 seed, the Iowa State Cyclones. Finished the season with 19 wins.
The USC Trojans will be an extremely dangerous team in this tournament, mainly because they have such terrific veteran leadership. Coaches love when they have guys on the floor that have been around the block a few times because they don't get rattled. They play with composure. I look at the experience of this team as something that could put them over the top.
South Carolina comes in as the number 4 seed, finishing at 26-7. And they'll take on the 13th seed from the Ohio Valley Conference, the Samford Bulldogs, with 27 wins. And now the number 6 seed, the Kansas State Wildcats, come into the tournament after finishing second in their conference during the regular season and were winners of their conference tournament. They are going to play the number 11 seed, the Stanford Cardinals, who were 6th in their conference, finishing at 19-12. The Tennessee Volunteers are in as the number 3 seed. They'll be taking on the number 14 seed, the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, with 17 wins. Next up is the number 7 seed, the North Carolina State Wolfpack.
Let's go!
Themselves as one of the best teams from the ACC. They'll be going up against the number 10 seed, the Western Illinois Leathernecks, with 28 wins. This marks their 4th appearance ever in the NCAA tournament. Our number 2 seed is from the Big East. The Georgetown Hoyas had a tremendous year that included a regular season championship. They're going to play the number 15 seed, the Missouri State Bears, who came in first in their conference tournament, finishing at 18-15. There are going to be some incredible matchups in the later rounds of this bracket. If the top seeds can avoid the early upsets, we can look forward to some real heavyweight battles. On to our 3rd bracket of the day. Let's take a look at the Midwest Regional. The Arizona Wildcats are the top seed. Our number 8 seed is from the A-10 Conference. Looking into the future a little bit, this bracket looks poised for a titanic matchup in the regional final. If the top 2 seeds can take care of business in the first, and finally, let's have a look at the West Regional. The Florida Gators. Next up is the Marquette, Kentucky. Our number 6, the Virginia, and now the number 6, Wisconsin. On the surface, Clark, how do you view this year's top 16?
Maybe I haven't agreed with the selection committee every year, but I think they did a great job this time. The top 16 looked just about right to me. South Carolina snuck into the top 16 as probably the weakest of the 4 seeds, and I'd be surprised if they make it.
Now, let's bring the conference pick. Here's the list of the teams that were on the bubble heading into. All right, Clark, now that we know all the teams and matchups, time to get the tournament underway and let the madness take over.
Greg, let's throw the ball up right now. I can't wait to get started. I hope this is an NCAA tournament that gives a lot of those special moments that stay with us for years to come.
For my partner Clark Kellogg and for all of us here in the 2K Sports Studios, I'm Greg Gumbel. Thanks for joining us on the NCAA Selection Show, brought to you by State Farm, the #1 auto insurer. Enjoy all the excitement of the NCAA tournament.